So the two websites that I decided to do for my rhetorical analysis were Facebook and Meetup. Facebook is a social media site that's primarily used for networking between friends and common social groups, and lately I've even seen it used for things like job recruiting. One of the really good things about Facebook is that it's very, very accessible to its users. It has language options for just about any language that's commonly used anywhere in the world. Obviously, it's very accessible to anybody in the world. Can be accessed not only on a computer, but it can also be used on any smartphones, any tablets. Some gaming consoles can even link straight up with Facebook. My little brothers play Fortnite on the Xbox One quite a bit, and they live stream on Facebook for their friends to watch, which is a really cool feature for it. As far as the content that's shared on the website, they used to be pretty strict with what they had or what they had allowed. There were certain things that like you couldn't share because it would be triggering or upsetting to certain people, certain groups, and so there were a lot of people getting banned or silenced from the site for posting and sharing these kinds of things. Now, I've noticed lately that they've kind of cut back on how tough they're cracking down on that. I use Facebook pretty frequently, and I see a lot of things on there, things that my friends have shared that is actually hidden behind. Essentially, it's a video or a picture that's blacked out that says, hey, this content may be upsetting to some viewers, and there's an option to, there's a little button you can click down at the bottom of the picture that will actually reveal it and get rid of the cover on it. And then if it ends up being too upsetting for the viewer, you can actually hit that button again to hide the content again, and it's a permanent setting. So if you hide something, it'll remain hidden until you choose to reveal it, or it'll stay revealed until you choose to hide it again. It's primarily used for sharing like news articles and keeping up to date with people's personal lives in general. A lot of people like to share a lot of personal achievements and milestones in their lives on there because it connects them with their friends and their family members. It's a really good way to socialize without actually having to socialize with anybody. It's great for keeping in contact with people who are all over the world. It's primarily used well, actually, it can be used pretty much any time at all. Like I said earlier, I've actually seen it used for job recruitments. One of my friends is, her job title is actual social media recruiter, so she uses a second account for the primary purpose of recruiting people for her job. When it comes to sharing content on the site, it can be in just about any form that you could possibly think of. There's pictures, videos, you can do status updates, so you can post paragraphs, text, stuff like that. You can comment on videos, you can share stuff. They even have an entire setting devoted specifically to GIFs, which are essentially short little video comments that aren't quite actual videos. Now, for the second site that I chose, Meetup is actually quite a bit different from Facebook. It's a lot more restricted for what it's used for. So it can be used. It can be used by people with multiple languages as their primary language. Like Facebook, it has multiple different versions or platforms, so it can be used on the computer, but it can also be used on the mobile phone. So it also has a mobile app. The primary function of the website Meetup is for, well, exactly what the name implies, for groups to meet up in real life, and it's essentially just a place that they can schedule these meetups and determine, what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and where they're going to do it. And this is something that can be set up all over the world. If you can think of any hobby or any activity, you can probably find a group for it on this website. I would say that it's primarily used during your leisure time, so your downtime during the week when you actually have time to do this stuff, or attend the events that are on the website. Or some people, I could imagine it getting a lot of traffic during the week to schedule weekend events and activities. When it comes to setting these groups up, it's primarily text descriptions. You can add pictures to your posts. There are profiles on it, like Facebook, where you can add a profile picture and you can add friends on it for future meetups and stuff. Um, Facebook and Meetup, they have a few. I mean, there's some similarities between them in the sense that they're both very social sites. Although Facebook is more for connecting with people over the computer, whereas Meetup is more oriented towards real life personal interactions. Anyways, this has been the rhetorical analysis for the assignment, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching.